Welcome back to Heads Up SA. Today we are diving deep into the heated exchange between the EFF President Julius Malema and Patriotic Alliance Deputy President Kunene. Malema has come out guns blazing, calling Kunene incompetent and lazy in his role as the City of Johannesburg's Transport MMC. But Kunene isn't backing down. Let's break it all down. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for the latest South African political updates. At his latest press briefing, Julius Malema did not hold back. He echoed concerns that Johannesburg's inner city is a mess, saying the EFF has long pushed the ANC to fix this decay.
We cannot, even when we are working with these people in one municipality or the other, not be in a good position to call them out and say these ones are corrupt. The ANC comrades are corrupt.
But his sharpest jabs were aimed at Kunene, calling him clueless and questioning his leadership in the transport sector. Malema accused the Patriotic Alliance of awarding a tender to a Zimbabwean company only to allegedly collect money from it, causing delays in the city's rehabilitation projects.
They hired a Zimbabwean person, and then they couldn't get anything. They couldn't get that thing done because they weren't taking a lot of money from that guy. So yet he didn't have any capacity to can do that work because the money was stolen from him. As a result, we still have corrugated ions in the middle of a city center. We're told that that's a side establishment. They are trying to fix something there.
Kunene dismissed Malema's claims, calling him ignorant and accusing him of spreading misinformation like those on social media.
Julius Malema is as ignorant as most people on Twitter. And let me deal with the lies that are on Twitter, of which Julius is guilty of those lies also.
According to Kunene, the initial company given the contract was indeed owned by Zimbabweans. But once he discovered this, he acted swiftly to correct it. The company then took the city of Johannesburg to court, leading to delays.
First of all, the explosion was a serious one. The damage to the road infrastructure was quite bad. But you also have cables underground, city power cables, Joburg City pipes, you have gas pipes. So it's not a project where you just come with an excavator and then you just open up and close. So you have to be very careful. You have to work manually so that you do not end up breaking some of the cables that are not broken. So it was a technically intense project. But we also had contradictions between the previous contractor and JRA, which then led to a court process. But understanding court processes that they take long, I then intervened as I had to do oversight. My job is to make sure that service delivery happens.
Eventually, the tender was re-awarded, and this time to a company owned by a South African woman and her Nigerian husband.
They have shortlisted the companies, they ticked the boxes. They will then check the directors, if the directors are not banned by treasury from doing business with government. So once they check, they find that here is a Nigerian, here is a Nigerian surname also. But as they do the further investigation, the Nigerian male owns minority shares. Then the Nigerian female, who is actually a South African-born woman, is married, and she owns the majority of the shares. She is married to a Nigerian.
But she's South African.
But she is South African-born. She is a South African citizen. Now, the Nigerian male, being the husband of this woman, by Home Affairs policies, once you are married to a foreigner, after a certain period, after so many years, you then become a naturalized citizen of South Africa. So they find that the Nigerian, is actually a citizen of South Africa. So it's a naturalized citizen of South Africa. That's why CIPC, trade industry, their rules are very clear. Once you are a citizen, you can then be a director of a company.
Kunene stressed the procurement laws tied his hands. He could not intervene in the process directly. While he personally wasn't happy with the Nigerian court director, he acknowledged that the man is a qualified civil engineer trained right here in South Africa. Quite the contradiction for someone pushing put South African first narrative, right? Abahambe.
I'm a councillor. The law says I am barred from being part of a procurement process after submissions. Once the companies have submitted their documents into the tender box, I cannot ask questions, I cannot interfere, I cannot ask, I cannot even go and be an observer. If I do that, the same officials will then tell you that I am interfering and you will be labeling me as corrupt. Now the ignorant Julius, maybe because of pure stupidity, goes and says that I've appointed a company. Same applies to many on Twitter who say I've appointed a company. I don't interfere in the procurement process. And evidence is there. Nigerian male has studied engineering in South Africa.
But Malema didn't stop there. He also slammed Kunene for failing to fix potholes and broken traffic lights.
It's like the Department of Roads of Kunene, who goes around showing people that the trees have fallen. I mean, at one tree in a suburb, and then he makes a big issue out of it because he's challenged. He's running out of depth. He has no idea what is he doing there. He thought that department could be converted into department of sushi and entertainment and anything of that sort. And he got more than what he bargained for. That's why you can't succeed to fix robots. It's not a duty of public safety to fix robots. It's Kunene, and you all speak about it. The robots are not working, but you never dare to call Kunene out. I don't know whether it is because there's something you are smoking with him or what, I don't know. But the guy is just incompetent and lazy. He can't fix a robot.
In response, Kunene went into detail, saying Johannesburg has thousands of traffic lights, some under the city control and others under the province. He claimed efforts are underway to resolve these issues, but acknowledged that challenges remain.
Gauteng provincial government has got 247 traffic signals. 194 of the traffic signals of the city of Johannesburg are completely vandalized. Some of them, the poles are not even there. That is the ones that we say we need 70 million to bring back.
To repair, right.
To repair, but to also bring back. That's the first thing. The second thing is, when you look at the traffic signals that are not functioning in most streets, they are traffic signals that belong to the province, not to the city of Johannesburg. And JRA can't touch those traffic signals. I'll make you an example. You look at Winnie Mandela. When that traffic signal on top of N1, as you go to Four Ways from Bryanston.
Yeah, it's always off.
From there,
it's always off.
Going into Four Ways, that road belongs to the province. It doesn't belong to the city. But when you cross from Sloan, going into Bryanston, going to Sante, that Winnie Mandela part belongs to the city of Johannesburg. Now you'll see that most of the time the traffic signals are working this side, most of the time they're not working this side. Because the turnaround of province to fix traffic signals takes a bit long. You look at Golden Highway, that belongs to the province. It does not belong to the city of Johannesburg. I can quote many other streets. Hendrik Potgieter does not belong to the city of Johannesburg. It belongs to the province. However, I met with the MEC in September. And I said, MEC, we have this problem. A few years ago, province signed an SLA with the city to fix their traffic signals and they will pay them. Now, province owes JRA 21 million from then. Now I said, MEC, can you arrange to pay what you owe to JRA and sign an SLA with JRA to fix your traffic signals? Because our turnaround time is quicker. The traffic signals, we have put a unit in the traffic signals. Once the traffic signals goes off, the operations center gets a signal that this particular traffic signal is off. During a rainy season, you then have a problem of power cuts. Traffic signals are powered by City Power and ESCOM. So some is ESCOM, some is City Power. So when there's no power, the traffic signal can't work. That is why now, during load shedding, I partnered with several businesses. I started with Investec to power the traffic signals through their backup generators.
And then there's big money questions. The 194 million rand budget for rehabilitating Lillian Ngoyi Street. Kunene reassured the public that everything is above board. 94 million rand will be used until mid-2025, with the remaining 100 million rand allocated for later this year. Malema, however, isn't convinced. So who do you believe? Is Malema exposing corruption, or is Kunene just a victim of procurement laws? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe for more hard-hitting political analysis. Heads Up SA, keeping you informed, engaged, and ahead of the curve.